You are welcome to Vedic TV, where you get information based on fact.
Tension: Angry France president shocks Tinubu and African leaders' rejection of French military base. See what he revealed. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in and listening to this headline this morning. Well, a headline for this morning saying that angry France president shocks Tinubu and African leaders amidst rejection of French military bases. See what he revealed. Well, French President Emmanuel Macron has publicly criticized African leaders for what he termed their ingratitude towards France, claiming that many African nations would not have achieved sovereignty without the support of French military forces. Macron's remarks, which he made in the statement on the political and security developments in Africa, reflect a growing tension between France and its former colonies, particularly in the wake of recent political upheavals in the Central African nation. Macron's comments focus on the long-standing security relationship between France and various African countries, especially in the context of counter-terrorism operations. "We had a relationship based in security, and it was a twofold commitment," he said. On hand, it was our engagement against terrorism since 2013. "We were right, and I think someone forgot to say thank you. It's okay, it will come with time." The French president continued to express his frustration with what he described as a lack of recognition for the sacrifices made by France in the region. He specifically addressed African heads of state, accusing them of failing to show courage in the face of public opinion and of not acknowledging the critical role France played in their country's sovereignty. None of them would be sovereign today if the French army hadn't been deployed to the region, Macron asserted. "My heart goes out to all our soldiers, some of whom have given their lives and fought for years." Macron's statement reflects a broader sentiment of dissatisfaction within the French government regarding the evolving political dynamics in Africa. France has been actively involved in military operations in several African countries, particularly in the Sahel regions, to combat terrorism and insurgencies. This operation has been conducted at the request of sovereign African governments, with France often positioning itself as a key partner in the fight against jihadist groups. However, in recent years, the relationship between France and several African countries has spurred, with growing anti-French sentiment among local population and government. In particular, the rise of military coups in countries such as Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have led to a shift in policy and the rejection of French military presence. In December 2023, Niger expelled French troops following a military coup that ousted the democratically elected president. The new military leader in Niger, which was highly critical of Macron's stance, demanded the withdrawal of French forces from the country. This was followed by France's condemnation of the coup and its public support for the detained president Mohamed Bazoum, which further strained diplomatic relations between the two countries. The tension continued in 2024, with Niger authorities expelling the French aid organizations and agencies for technical cooperation and Development (ACTED) in November. This move was seen as a part of a broader effort to sever ties with France and reshape the country's foreign policies in favor of greater independence from its former colonizers. Macron defended France's military actions in Africa, emphasizing that French forces were deployed at the request of sovereign states. "We did the right thing. We left because they were cubes and they were that. We were there at the request of sovereign states who asked France to come." His remarks, however, he also acknowledged that as the political landscape in Africa shifted, particularly with the rise of military-led government and the objective of French involvement were no longer aligned with local demands. From the moment they were coups and the people said their aims were no longer fighting terrorism, France no longer belongs here, Macron concluded. Macron's criticism of African leaders comes as France faces increasing pressure to reconsider its role in Africa. Several African nations, including Chad, Senegal, and Mali, have recently called for the removal of French troops from their territories. This request, coupled with the growing influence of the military regime, signals a shift away from France's traditional role as the security partner in the region. The expulsion of French troops and aid organization has raised questions about the future of France's presence in Africa and the broader geopolitical implications of these developments. Well, while Macron's statement highlights France's historical involvement and contribution to the security of African nations, they also underscores the growing divide between France and its former colonies, particularly in the context of changing political landscape. The evolving situation in Africa reflects broader global shifts in power dynamics. And that was all I will have here concerning this headline today this morning, which says here that tension, angry France president shocks Tinubu and African leaders amidst rejection of French military bases. It's true, there's a lot of tension going right now, especially in the Sahel regions in Africa, because West African world leaders, West African, let me just say West African leaders, are saying they don't like the fact that French military presence is surplus in the West African region of the country. Yes, like the military head of state of Nigeria is saying that he does not like French military presence at all. He banned French military in his land. He said all of them should go away. But there is still rumors saying that French military is still in Western Africa. Some people are saying that they're in Nigeria, but Tinubu himself said that there's no military base in Nigeria. At this point in time, most of West African countries are hate France, beefing France, because they say that France military presence is causing terrorism, is causing insecurity in the country. And Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, is saying that we are trying to stop the insecurity. We are trying to attack jihadists and ISIS, and you are saying that we're causing insecurity. Emmanuel Macron is saying that these people are ungrateful. That if not of us, you guys wouldn't be a sovereign nation at this point in time. Right now, everybody is like seriously, it is as serious as it is. Yes, West African leaders are beefing on France, um, on French leaders. Although the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have not said anything concerning this, so it is the people involved who are president of Mali, the military president of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, who are the three top African leaders who are criticizing French for the action in the West African region of the continent. Yes, yes. Well, in order for peace to reign, I would just advise Emmanuel Macron to pull out all his troops away from the Sahel region and let the world leaders do that thing. Yes, don't interfere in their land. Don't come there at all. If they say they don't want military presence, fine, they don't want your military presence. Yes, no, but no. Sometimes people don't feel safe when they feel that you guys are here. They don't feel safe because they know the damage that you yourself can do while trying to fight insecurity. So I think it is settled then. What do you guys think concerning this update? What do you guys think? Drop your own comments in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap the subscribe button as bigger down with the notification bell so that anytime of any new video you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day ahead of you.